working. I don't know if this is gonna act weird or not. We're gonna find out in a second because it like kind of paused. Welcome to the Death Knight. I plan to do Horde and Alliance. Horde will be less time because I just want to show the differences between like going to Ogremar in the end, essentially. And the Horde and Alliance character will be kept and used for Northrend, Horde, and Alliance routes. But I replayed Death Knights with Jake recently and enjoyed it a lot, so here we are. I may do the intro for Horde too if there's like a small difference, and that video end up being like 2 minutes, maybe. You got this. I believe in you.
A hero. That's what you once were. You stood boldly against the shadow and purchased another dawn for the world with your life. But the evil you fought is not so easily banished. The victory you claimed, not so easily held. For now, the specter of death looms above the world yet again, and it has found new champions to bring about its final reign. Knights of darkness, wielding runes of death and destruction, bound by the will of the Lich King. This is the hour of their ascension. This is the hour of your dark rebirth.
Ooh. Cool. Now I can set up all my shit real quick. Action bars. Boop, boop, boop. Shift P. What? Excuse me? I guess because this was still up. Shift P. Yak. Not heirlooms. Pet journal, no. Appearances, no. No, yeah, toy. Let's put you over here. Hearthstone up there. Anything else I can fuck with later? Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're just gonna yank all this shit off of here so I can just reset it and put it wherever I want. I'll put that one there. Recuperate can go like over here. Requires a melee weapon. Assume that's my basic doohickey. And then I guess for now I can leave that on 3. I'll move it later, but just so I have quick access since I only have a couple things. Revive. Warband shit can go over there. And I will grab a mount whenever I have a mount, essentially, when I get a mount from the quest. Otherwise I'm just gonna walk everywhere until then. Oh, you know what? Edit mode. Let's do it like my main guy. What's the difference between that one and this one? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It looks like there's no difference. I'm gonna do the top one because it's the more recent one. All my runes are just blank. That's really interesting. And I will transmog probably in between, which I realize I need to start a timer. There we go.
Bow to your master.
All that I am, anger, cruelty, vengeance, I bestow upon you, my chosen knight. I have granted you immortality so that you may herald in a new, dark age for the Scourge. Gaze now upon the lands below us. The Scarlet Crusade scurries to undo my work, while Light's hope stands defiantly against us, a blemish upon these plague lands. They must all be sown the price of their defiance. You will become my force of retribution. Where you tread, doom will follow. Go now and claim your destiny, Death Knight.
You know what to do. Anger, cruelty, vengeance, I bestow upon you, my chosen knight. I have granted you immortality, so that you may herald in a new, dark age for the Scourge.
Why does he not have a text bubble?
Gaze now upon the lands below us. The Scarlet Crusade scurries to undo my work, while Light's hope stands defiantly against us, a blemish upon these plague lands. They must all be shown the price of their defiance. You will become my force of retribution. Where you tread, doom will follow. Go now and claim your destiny, Death Knight.
I know they don't have a reason to, but it's really interesting that... Where the fuck? Bubble. Chat bubbles, party chat, rate. Yeah, so, like, I guess he just doesn't... I know they'll never do it, but they really should do a Passover where, like, they add that on correctly. Like, have a talking head or something. Because, like, you don't... He just repeated the text, like, the whole thing.
You've heard the call of the Lich King, Death Knight. Now is the time to answer your master.
Make it quick.
The single most important piece of equipment a Death Knight has is a rune blade. It is through the rune blade that a Death Knight commands the powers of frost, blood, and the unholy. The rune blade also acts as a vessel to store the Death Knight's runic power. The time has come to create your first rune blade. Search the weapon racks on the floor and locate a battle-worn sword. Once found, take the sword to a nearby rune forge and use it to create a rune
Tomorrow
blade.
is another day.
Well, that sucks. What's going on over there? Never found wanting to dispose of it. Oh, that sucks. She didn't look like a Death Knight, so I assume it's like a person that could have become a Death Knight, but they chose to kill them. Which is fucked up. Okay, that's a dumb text from my apartment. Okay, I have the blade. Now I must go to the spooky thingy. Oh my god, a rune blurred.
I will listen for now.
The rune blade is an extension of your being. A Death Knight cannot battle without a rune blade.
What?
Well done, Land Thruster. You have successfully created your first rune-bladed weapon. With it, you will sow the seeds of chaos and destruction, and your wake will be a bloodied field of battle, littered with the corpses of all that would dare oppose the scourge.
Speak your peace.
The mark of war is etched indelibly.
I'm not 100% what the word is or how to pronounce it. I apologize that I'm a doofus.
Indelibly upon your soul, Death Knight. You have learned the dark art of rune forging, and with it, you will engrave runes of power upon your weaponry. Preparations for the battle must be made. Return to one of the rune forges here in the heart of Arceus, and use the power of the rune forging to emblazon your weapon with a rune of power. Return to me when your blade glows
There's
with
work to be done.
dark energy.
Fucker.
Yes.
Also. Okay, yeah, cool. I wanted to dual wield, so this is perfect. Can I not dual wield yet?
I don't have that ability.
I cannot. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to the rune forts and I'm gonna do the thing on everything just in case. Do. I'm gonna be doing frost, so I'm gonna put that one on there, and I'm gonna dual wield once I get to that point. But until then, okay. Return to Instructor Resuvius at the heart of Arceus. Arceus or Charis? A Charis.
We press on.
Look at him go.
Remember these words, Death Knight. The rune forge is a scourged instrument. It exists only in Arceus and certain locations in Icecrown. You may only emblazon your weaponry at a rune forge. Return often and emblazon all of your weapons. A Death Knight must be prepared for all that would dare oppose him.
Speak your peace.
The endless hunger will soon take a hold of you, Death Knight. When it does, you will feel pain immeasurable. There is only one remedy for the suffering. The hunger must be sated. I give you the key to your salvation. Chained to the heart of Arceus are those deemed unworthy of the Dark Brotherhood. Use the key to free an unworthy initiate. Allow them to equip their gear and battle you for their freedom. Kill, and the pain will cease. Fail, and suffer for eternity. Live or die, the choice is yours to make.
Leave me be.
Also, thing I want to address before it might happen, potentially. This seems to be an issue with a lot of people on DirectX 12 or using some of the experimental newer features. It usually only happens when I open Transmog or something, sometimes, like in a major city. It seems to refresh all of the graphics and shit will look wonky. It does not seem to do any damage to my graphics card or any problems. I had this issue more often on my old laptop, and then I changed it to DirectX 11. DirectX 11 seems to fix a lot of stuff, but like I don't know what graphically it changes or doesn't change, like what features aren't able to be used. So until it's like an actual problem, I've decided just to leave it on DirectX 12 and see if it gets patched. So if there's like a weird graphical thing that happens, I'm gonna leave it in because it's part of the like process and the journey and the whatever. So okay, I'm a human. I don't want to be weird and racist. Let's kill another human. This guy's balding. He may or may not hate his life. Not saying bald people can't live full lives or balding people. It's just a joke. You have made a grave error, fiend. Calls me a fiend. You also wanted to be a Death Knight, and you are not a Death Knight. And you were found unworthy. So how are you gonna like talk shit to me, sir? Nice. I'm all goopy now, though, because he puked on me. So are the necromancers human or not? Like, I mean, like, are they alive or are they undead? I'll dispose of that one too.
As expected, my chosen knight has triumphed. You are ready, Land Thruster.
You need something.
Behold Arceus, the grand citadel of death. It has no equal in this world. Not even the mighty Naxxramas could withstand a direct assault from the Ebon Hold. Looming above the face of the necropolis is the all-seeing eye of Arceus. From it, the Master is able to see great distances into the territories held by our enemies. What the eye sees, the Lich King sees. And now the time has come for you to peer through the eye. The Lich King has called for you, Land Thruster. Go now. Suffer well, brother.
Ashes to ashes.
Okay, this one is a cooldown pop. That one let me run fast. And this one is a taunt. I don't need any of those things right now. But, you know, whatever. Okay, and I sell things to you. I'm level 9 now. I can sell things, but I'm not gonna because I need those. Okay. I don't know why I reopened that. I'm trying to remember what I was even looking for.
All life must end.
The time is...
I'm trying to get the Lich King voice back. At least as close as I can get it.
The time to spill the blood of our enemies approaches. You must first learn what it is that you seek to destroy before rushing headlong into battle. It is what separates a Death Knight from a mindless ghoul. I will grant you sight beyond sight, my champion. You will use the eye of Arceus. I don't know why I decided to pronounce it differently that time. To steal our enemy's secrets.
Speak.
Towering above this platform is the Eye of Arceus. From it, you will call forth a probe that you will then use to analyze Scarlet Crusade fortifications at New Avalon. The Eye has a host of powers that should make the acquisition of this data simple. Use the Eye's siphon to analyze the Forge, Town Hall, Hold, and Chapel. The eye's control mechanisms are located on either side of the platform. Waste no more time, Landthruster. The Scourge will have this place. The Lich King commands it.
Slay all who
Oh no, I keep saying Truster because it's Thruster because it's Landtruster. Lantrister. Trying to think of like how I would want to pronounce it. Eyeball, can we go places, please? I'm also gonna have to zoom out from the eyeball because it's so big and wonky. With that, eyeball. Watched over by the bitch king. Experience gains increased by 25% up to level 80. Oh, so that's how they were gonna do it. The XP increase is still available. You just earn another one, I assume, after you hit 90 on several characters. Okay, so what you do, here's a pro guide. You drop down babies, and then you go mysterious so they can't see you, and then you siphon the area. That way the babies fight them, and they leave you alone for a second, and then you do that, and then you disappear again. And you're just flying around and analyzing all these areas. I gotta wait till my thing is ready, or else they'll beat me up. Don't mind the big giant blue orb sucking juice from your giant hunter's marks. Why are they playing like fucking Stormwind music right now? It's weird. I think it might not be Stormwind music. It's just old login music, I think. Pretty sure it's old login music. Okay, so I should have one left. The chapel over here. And then if I hit this button, it just brings me back automatically.
your will is not your own.
Alright, wait a second, because I don't want to like talk over him because he's really boomy and I don't know like the sound comparison, like sound levels.
They prepare for battle as expected, but there is something else. I sense an old enemy, an enemy that I destroyed long ago.
Oh, excuse me.
It matters not. We will send the full might of the Scourge against them before they have a chance to evacuate their homes and put in place their defenses.
Speak.
Listen well, Death Knight, for I give to you the words that will start a war. My final judgment has been passed. Death to all. None shall stand so boldly against the might of the Scourge without reprisal. As you have served me well in your first task, so too shall you serve me in your next task. Take my judgment to High Lord Mograine at the command post of Arceus, found on the first floor. Tell him to begin the assault, and when the crusade has been dealt with, we will finish off the Argent Crusade.
Argent Dawn. Sorry. They become the Argent Crusade, I'm pretty sure. Let's call me Peepo. Fucking Rivendare. I have your horse now, you piece of shit. Yo, actually, I might use that horse on this character.
The life we had before is meaningless.
The horns of war will soon echo across this land, waking the dead and calling forth the Scourge war machine. Woe unto those that would stand in our way. You and your brethren will lead the charge, Landtruster. When next I look upon the Scarlet Lands, my sight will be obscured by the legions of Arceus. The march upon New Avalon begins now.
They will be eliminated.
Well, that feels good through the headphone speakers. That's a lot.
Scourge Commander Thalanor. Oh, wait, what? On Armies of the Scourge, hear my call. The Scarlet Apocalypse has begun. Tear this land asunder and leave only death in your wake. Scourge Commander Thalanor awaits your arrival at the overhang located directly southeast of our current position. Report to Thalanor and requisition a Scourge Griffin to deliver you to Death's Breach. Prince Valinar will be waiting for you down below. Suffer well, brother.
It will be done.
I suppose. I get to run real fast inside this building now. Hanging dead guys.
Yes.
Within the Hall of Command, you will find the schools of Blood, Frost, and Unholy. Each school has a trainer that can provide you with knowledge in the various dark arts. I, Lord Thorval, am the headmaster of the School of Blood. Lady Alistra reigns over Unholy, and the Archlich Amalthazad holds dominion. Amalthazad holds dominion over Frost. You must return here whenever you gain power and train. No, I don't. There's no trainers anymore. As disciplines of blood, you strive to master the very life force of your enemies, be it by blade or incantation. Blood feeds our attacks and weakens our foes. True masters learn to make blood serve more than just their strength in battle. Stripping energy from our foes, both fighting and fallen, allows us to persevere. Right, persevere? I was reading from him above him, and then I have to move down here because I'm too slow. Both fighting and falling allows us to persevere where lesser beings fall exhausted, and every foe that falls, energy sapped and stolen, only further fuels our assault. As masters of blood, we know battle without end. We know hunger never to be quenched. We know power never to be overcome. As masters of blood, we are masters of life and death itself. Against us, even hope falls drained and lifeless.
Gonna say anything else, or you're gonna repeat?
Repeat
What?
stuff, repeat stuff, repeat stuff. The blood is life, and as easily as the ebb and flow of blood is controlled, so too is the life of our
Suffer
enemies.
well.
Anybody else got stuff to say?
I'm gonna like walk in on the end of a conversation if there is.
There are many lessons left to learn. Let us move on to our next subject. Skeletal mages, a perfect opportunity to display the utility of some of our powers. Your spells will not be as potent as mine, but you will still find anti-magic shells to be entirely invaluable against a large number of magical attacks. The power you absorb from spells with your shell can be used to counter with your other attacks. Mages fear our kind with reason. Play upon this fear, disciples.
Get on with it.
I'm a Valkyr instead of a gargoyle with my summon gargoyle spell. No, I'm good.
It is through the power of the unholy that we command death itself.
Tomorrow is another day.
Of course, Rivendare has nothing to say. Okay, but I'm going Frost, so Amalthazad is my main man, I suppose. Cold Wraith, do you talk?
Yes, my disciple.
Oh, he must be in Legion because he has a custom voice.
We are what the cold wind carries, the icy chill of despair, the cold embrace
Do
of
not
death.
forget what you have learned.
Beep boop bop. Othasarian, Orbaz Bloodbane, and Koltira Deathweaver. They're kind of important. Squire Edwards.
Yes.
I no longer train Death Knights, having grown weary of cretinous initiates and their constant questions. Now be gone.
Another time.
I guess. Meanie boop pants, meanie boop pants.
Make it quick.
The war has begun, Death Knight. I shall place you upon my finest griffin and deliver you to Death's Breach. Chaos, death,
destruction. You will herald in all this and more. Below Arceus stands Death's Breach, the staging point for our assault upon the Scarlet Crusade. You are to ride one of my Scourge Griffins located on either side of this platform and report to Prince Valinor. Do as he says, and you may live to see these lands fall before us.
There's work to be done.
Look at me, I'm flying. Anybody to talk to? There's bookshelves. Oh, there's book. Several books. Oh, shit, man. Oh, you fucking serious? Tartek the Enraged, one of the most powerful abominations the Scourge has ever created, assembled by Lich Aminar the Coldbringer to assist in setting up a base at Razorfin Downs. Tartek single-handedly felled more than 1,200 Quillbore before finally being overcome. His sacrifice provided the corpses for Aminar to quickly raise an undead Quillbore army of his own, ultimately assembling the first major Scourge outpost on Kalimdor. Some of Tartek's remains were reanimated and used to create Glutton, Aminar's current lieutenant. Oberlim the Traveler, brilliant architect, pivotal in the conception of Naxxramas, and mastermind behind the creation of Arcturus. Quickly rose up the ranks from lowly skeletal peon to one of kel'thuzad's most trusted advisors. Always the scholar, Obrahim traveled the world in search of knowledge, notably taking most of his early inspiration from the architecture of the Nerubians and the magic of the Orc warlocks. He was last seen several years ago, headed west to study the ruins of Zinashari in Kalimdor. I wonder if I can find him. Diodor, the Damned, human necromancer, one of the first members of the Cult of the Damned and decorated hero of the First War, successfully led in contingents of Scourge to victory during the first and second Summertide assaults upon Scarlet Monastery. Killed in action during the third and final Summertide assault, which was successfully repelled by Scarlet Crusade operatives that had finally figured out his modus operandi. Carcassonne the Zealish, powerful Lich who reported directly to the Lich King himself, a decorated veteran of countless battles. Carcassonne designed and led the Siege of the Sanguine, one of the largest organized assaults on the Light's Hope Chapel. Despite overwhelming odds, his attacks was quickly countered, and his forces suffered enormous damages. Carcassonne himself received a critical blow from Lord Maxwell Tyrannus, and is no longer able to assume corporeal form. Behold the finest of One Truth of Undeath. The other one was called Compendium of Fallen Heroes, because I guess fallen heroes of the undead. Behold the finest of ironies. The living ascribe unto undeath all the most sickly attributes of their own lives. Hopeless servitude, savagery, stillness of the spirit. We serve. The living serve too, though they serve kings, warlords, druids, priests, gods, men, and beasts. We serve only the mighty unifying will of the Lich King, which compels us unto prosperity and unity. For all the endeavors of men, there exist only endless records of tragedy, cruelty, betrayal, and selflessness. For the Scourge, there is only efficiency and totality. Serve the Lich King in life, or serve him in death. His is a way of choice, whose roads lead only to fulfillment. Cold as flesh, but warmed by unity, the mighty Scourge are one nation, one mind, one being. True cold dwells in the heartless gaze of the guards who turn away sickly refugees from their neighboring country in the time of war. Are not all men of one kind? Nay, divided in their icy hearts. Raise high our ideals and bring low our foes. Fold their broken into our number until all serve the frozen throne. Report from the front lines. Dragonblight. Prince Valinor is looking for an exceptional Death Knight to travel into Dragonblight, Northrend's frozen central plain, and lead an elite cadre of soldiers in a strike against the Red Dragonflight. Your training is nearly complete. He said in a recent public address, the time has come to strike against those who would protect the living. We shall show them the true meaning of Dragonblight. Alexstrasza, Red Dragon Queen, and arguably the Scourge's most powerful enemy in Northrend, has been seen building up her own army as of late, though it is assumed that her efforts are aimed at the rogue blue Dragonflight. The Decree of the Scourge, Chapter 1 by kel'thuzad. The roots of the Scourge are sown in the folly of all races. Our rise to power is the product of the sins of those who mean our end. The so-called heroes of the land fall before us by resorting to a measure of our ideals to bring forth their envisioned victory. Their victory is a vehicle to the revelation that without resorting to what they define as deplorability to achieve it, we would have overcome them instead. In both outcomes, win or lose, the Scourge invariably wins. When this is recognized, submission to our will is inevitable. The Master, our Lich King, was born under the very same doctrine. To conquer is to corrupt is to take, and what is to be righteous and hopeful, to be living and invert it through any means in your arsenal. The attributes of the living all have synonyms with fatal flaws that are their undoing. Hope is dogma. Righteousness is zealotry. Living is empathy. Recognize what makes that which lives desire to live and turn it upon itself. Knowing the most direct path of corruption is the pinnacle of wisdom, a simple weakening of the heart, dismemberment of vital organs, or direct disease will work for most. However, the conqueror of most is not the decree of the Master, but the conqueror of all. It is foolish to spend excess resources in warping the mind of a simple peasant where common plague will suffice, but it is equally unwise to try the same common plague against the seasoned and hearty. Regimented study of any formidability will reveal unusable weaknesses. The Decree of the Scourge, Chapter 2. The largest misconception the living have of the Scourge is our penchant for what is considered evil. For the sake of the demoralization, we allow the error to perpetuate, and indeed spread it on our own. The true nature of the Scourge is our transcendence of the shackles that keep any of the living races from becoming as prosperous as we. For example, what benefits do emotion and honor really hold? They serve to validate the living, to make them feel good. Now, what flaws do they hold? Emotion is directly correlated to the ignorance of logic and reason. Honor is at most times the sole perpetuator of able resources fighting a losing battle. Excuse me. It is baffling, even to me, that the living can be so unaware of how eager we are to play the part of their villain, to nurture their greatest flaw by becoming the embodiment of all that incites irrational behavior. Moral ambiguity cannot be cleansed. Antipathy, I think, if I remember right, is how you pronounce it, cannot be healed or assuaged. Greed cannot be dispelled, and wrath cannot be cured. We choose to be the embodiment of all these things, and yet there are some still foolish enough to believe that the Scourge can be defeated and removed completely. So long as the most attractive sins of the living remain our banner flag, there will always be those eager to flock to our will. I myself was born under this doctrine. Chapter 3. The Scourge is infinite in potential. We are not, however, infallible by any means. Always be well aware of your limits and the resources at your disposal. Always have an exit strategy. Sacrifice of eager minions to the ends is a cornerstone of the Scourge philosophy. All manner of bravery, martyrdom, or compatriotism for anyone but the Master is imprudent and severely punishable. Another fallacy outsiders hold of the Scourge is that our powers reside in the residual will of the living, that we are an advanced form of parasite, and without a host of regenerating life would simply wither away. Again, we do not deny such ignorant thought for our benefit, but this could not be further from the truth. We are nothing but an ever-improving form of adaptation to a land once riddled with endless struggle. We are immune to the tribulations of dissension, overpopulation, individuality, selfish opinion, short-sightedness, and even morality. We hear the will of the Master, and the Master brings us all that we will ever desire. It is true that we take architecture, technology, and physical prowess from assimilated cultures. This, like the so many evil acts of the Scourge, is done entirely out of pragmatism. The Scourge has neither the time nor the desire to generate a culture of its own. A member of the Scourge that creates without influence will hold an inherent attachment to it, a right to see viewed and used. This leads to individuality, which leads to dissension. Creativity is a flaw of culture, but a minor obligation when dealing with simple needs like building and equipment. It is not your duty to question or care of the origins of your resources, only in how usable they are. The scourge is the will of the land. All manner of life kneel to our will, with an ease that yields a single conclusion, that they need us, they yearn for our salvation. There is no resilience to our practices, no immunity to our commandments. We are every bit the inevitability that a natural life holds. Death. Death comes with every life, and when death comes with every death, the sooner the living recognizes this immutable fact, the easier their transition will be. That was honestly kind of fucking cool.
You need something?
Do you smell it?
Velenair sniffs the air.
Fresh meat. The scent of Scarlet Crusader wafts through the air.
Velenair salivates.
Apologies, Death Knight. I'm sure you're not interested in my choice of fine cuisine. You are here to work, to lead the charge, yes? I know. The Lich King has told me all that I need to know about you, Land Truster. The time for bloodshed is now. They make their stand now outside of Death's Breach, futilely attempting to push us back in hopes of saving their horses, mines, lumber, and citizens. This will be your first lessons in Scourge warfare. Terror! Go to the front lines south of here and destroy Scarlet Crusaders. Leave their corpses so that we may utilize them for the Death March. But most importantly, kill the fleeing villagers. Soldiers dying an affordance, but villagers? This is what strikes fear into the hearts of man. How fortuitous is that the Crusade has a stable full of horses, a mere stone's throw from this post. Though they guard it tenaciously, an enterprising young Death Knight could break through their defenses and take what is rightfully his. Once you acquire a horse from the Havenshire stables, return it to me, and I will see what can be done about transforming it into a proper death charger. Remember, Land Truster, it's only stealing if you're caught. Watch out for that deranged stable master, Kittrick. Born of the Lich King's victory over Illidan's storm rage in the heart of the frozen wastes, Death's challenge is a rite of passage that all Death Knights must undergo. Seek out other Death Knights of Arceus and challenge them to a duel. They must accept and fight under a victory until a victor emerges. Go now, Land Truster. Victory for the Scourge. Glory to the Lich King.
You need something?
The Sky Darkeners are mindless constructs with one purpose: kill. Specifically, they are aiming to kill any man or woman that they see fleeing Havenshire for the safety of New Avalon. We certainly can't allow these cowards to make it to safety and then take up arms against us. There is one slight problem. They use Serenite arrows for maximum range and damage. Serenite, however, is a metal only found in Northrend, so supplies are limited. Retrieve these arrows for me, and I will reward you handsomely.
To ashes.
Okay, so I was going to go ahead and stop it here, but I want to try to hit 10, so I'm going to duel some of the Death Knights in town and then go from there.
Our master's will be done.
No potions. Okay, well, how about this? You eat my potion. I hope the other one that I'm hitting, that guy is hitting, also counts. It does. Nice. I'm like melting right now though, and that sucks. I could just like fight that lady,
Our
but I don't want to.
master's will be done.
I want credit for that other one too. Hey bro, where you going? Where'd she go? Oh, she's right there.
Speak your peace.
Yoink! Wait, bro, no, come back. I want to fight you two. Come here. I want all the credit. Oh, for real? Will it not let me right now if I'm doing this? I can't remember. Can I shoot myself with the death beam? I know I can shoot other Death Knights, maybe? Does it say I can heal? Or healing an undead ally. Do I count? I'm not an ally, so I assume not. Okay, yeah. If you want to activate the other one, bro. Does that do anything else? No, it just makes me immune to like movement and parrying shit, apparently. That's kind of irrelevant. I mean, bro, if you don't want to activate this stuff, I'll do it.
I will listen. For now.
We're waiting for that guy to activate. Is he broken? Well, whatever. I just need one more dude. I should have used this to chase down that other guy, but my brain like cracked itself.
Yes.
Are we good? We gonna fight? Oh yeah! Death Knight fight.
Masters will be done.
Get in the pit.
Make it quick.
No, I'm very low on the health. I don't know why I used that again. It doesn't do anything. Okay. Am I no longer in battle? I would like to recuperate. Do I even need to eat? Like, does this ability make sense as a Death Knight? Oh. I don't think it does. To the victor goes the glory, Death Knight. Well done. The Lich King looks favorable upon you on this day. Ah! Okay, so now I can teleport up to the top. I can also pick a specialization. So, I'm picking this one. So I got Frost. And now, I'm not going to bore you guys with all, like, the buttons and shit. Like, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And then next time, everything will be set up. And I'm probably going to be in a different outfit. But I love you. Bye-bye.